It may be the end of the week here in the LPL, but we're going to have one heck of a send-off here. Week 3, Day 3 in the Snake Pit in Chongqing. We're looking at Snake versus Invictus Gaming for our first match of the day. Just showing a lot of fan pride here. Hand-knitted, it looks like that sign was, Raz. So my name is Matt Niberia Clendaniel. I am joined, of course, by Barento Raz Muhammad and our special consultant for the second time. Would you like to introduce him to the crowd, Raz?
Mr. Oinker. Welcome, welcome. Chinese New Year's, of course, Year of the Pig, so we have to have a special guest.
And he's very special. He's helping us consult and preparing us for these matches today. But he brought up an important point earlier, and that's that yesterday's matches were, to quote Mr. Oinkers, bonkers. The first set, LGD versus TOP. Yeah, fine, sure. TOP took it 2-0. They're looking great, Raz. But the second set's kind of where we want to put our attention because WE, they pulled out 2-0 over EDG.
2-0. Like, I thought this was going to be a 2-1 in EDG's favor because you always got to give them that one-game buffer zone. They're going to mess up once, but no. They messed up a few times, and it finally, CA and Mystic pick up a victory for this team. A lot more consistency with the rosters they're putting forward. In fact, Magic comes out with an MVP in one of the games. Mystic follows through. It's just nice to see that the facilitators are really coming in there handy for the team.
And this is one of the many series that we've seen recently that have kind of caused a bit of a shakeup in our understanding of how this split is going to work out. One of the big ones, of course, Invictus Gaming going down, but now WE picking up their first win over EDG. Suning and FunPlus standing strong, standing tall at the top of the rosters.
They're the ones that kept it clean. Everyone else has been losing games here and there. There's been a lot of lessons throughout the league. The only sheer focus that we have is that LGG is still searching for that first victory, and you're right. Suning and FPX are head and shoulders ahead of the pack. Insane to say that with Invictus Gaming in the league.
And we're actually going to see them later today, but of course our first matchup, Invictus Gaming versus Snake. And Invictus Gaming did lose their last series against JDG. And it's their first one in a while, Raz, because IG really been dominant for the past year and change.
Yeah, and even before we go into the fact that the last series is going to be our match of the week, FPX and Cynic, so if you're going to have to check that one out. But you're right. Invictus Gaming, that's crazy. Because the fact that like throughout the last season, if we're comparing the amount of accrued wins that they've had, if you're taking RG out of the equation, right? If the team is not named RNG, they have won 39 series in the regular season in a row. They are the most dominant team in the LPL, and the only team historically that had challenged them last year was RNG. The fact that that team is now named JDG, being that one blemish, is insane, and it goes to show how competitive the league is thus far in the spring split.
Absolutely, and JDG really showing an amazing series,
yes.
All things considered. It was incredibly close, yes. We're not saying that it's like, oh my god, IG are dead in the water. Far from it. IG are still looking like a very strong team, but that highlights just how good JDG have become. They really came out with a close series that personally I wasn't expecting them to take, but they team fought brilliantly.
Yeah, particularly though that team fighting was massive because if you remember 2018 semifinals, IG versus JDG, JD was known for being the best team fighting team in the league, but they took a step back when they brought in Flawless, no Clid, and then the AD carries started coming in, Imp and Bavoy. But Bavoy came in with an MVP performance, so he was able to stand tall with the best of them. I didn't have that faith in doing so, but he allowed key members that you know and love, the Dumping Brothers, and right now you can see it, Zooms, Swain, being able to step forward, push Jackie Love back, have that standing there. So it was a 5-man unit, really, being able to stand tall. That's what I liked it, because I thought that going into the season, especially for the first 3 weeks, it was going to be Zoom and Yagao trying to carry the rest of them. I know that Lu Mao is still a boss, but he still has to be able to deal with the new AD carry, so the synergy had to be built up. But in that series alone, it got shown to us that Coach Home doing a really good job because they're coming along nicely.
The solo laners definitely got the support they needed during that series, and JDG Zoom looking as brilliant as ever,
yes.
Especially on that Swain versus the Shy even, who's an incredible top laner. But that's not the only challenge the Shy is going to have to face coming forward, because now they're up against Snake, and he's going to have to face off against Flandre.
The Shy has to be frustrated. The last series, he still dominated in the laning phase. Like, no wonder he's coming in game 1. You're not going to be seeing Duke at all. Maybe he comes in game 2, but they have to feel feeling confident to be able to do that. Take a look at the CS difference at 10. 19.5. CS difference at 10. Even in the losses, if you take a look at just the damage per minute, he's #1 in doing that. Experience difference at 10, #1 in the same factor. But then, remember, they lost to team fighting in the past, and now he's going up against FLICKR, who doesn't have the CS difference because he doesn't care about that. The experience difference, don't mind. He's scaling. Kill participation is what he's really focusing on. And if you're talking about the key picks of like the Vladimir and Akali, he's able to show that in the team fights. And so for the Shy, who's trying to lock you down in lanes, going up against a team fighter like FLICKR, who's able to do that so excellently, that's the major problem he's going to be dealing with.
And another thing that I have to worry about for FLICKR here is...
Give it to me.
We see he's got this good stats in the top lane. He had 6 solo kills, highest out of top lane in the league currently. And he's amazing at these flank engages. He's amazing at being in the front line as a top laner. Yes, this is true. But in order to be able to roam, in order to get into these team fights, he needs to get out of lane. And this is something I worry about for him against the Shy, and especially against a certain pick.
That's true, and we'll find out how effective he can do that. But if you're just taking a look at the tightrope style that they're playing in these team fights, like this is so tumultuous. The Vladimir play, the Akali play, these are carry options that he's face tanking with. He's walking up. Take a look at Mark. So close. If he gets that headbutt pulverizer, that changes the fight entirely. But then FLICKR can be able to move back and forth in these fights. It really comes down to that, I already said it, tightrope style where he can just jump in. The team has full faith that he has the mechanics to outplay those situations. And so when he gets into those team fights, he fires off. But you're right. Being able to leave the lane is my biggest worry because the Shy hits hard in laning phase. If you can have that elongated lane, if he can chip down that turret plating, he goes hard.
The Shy, one of the players that I'm fairly confident might be able to knock FLICKR and Snake off that tightrope style directly into a pit of fire. And I think one of the picks they need to look out for, especially for FLICKR, is going to be the Renekton. We've seen it cropping up a lot, and especially against 2 of his power picks in the Akali and the Vladimir. It does a lot of damage early, prevents him from scaling up, prevents him from getting out of lane, and he has never won a game against it so far in the split.
I think the Renekton is a fine option if you're really pulling Ning, as he usually does. The issue is if you're Invictus Gaming, you want Jace. I feel like Jace is the option that you go towards. It does well in the 2 picks that you've already mentioned, the Akali and Vladimir. It has a great matchup. And on top of that, you can flex it towards Rookie. And then if you go into second phase and you're saying, hey, Rookie, you want the Jace here, then you pick up the Renekton. 100% win rates, doing so well in the LPL as we go straight into the pick and ban.
Akali ban coming out first from IG, and again, it's not so surprising with FLICKR's champion pool. And I like Snake pulling out these power picks like the Lucian and the Aurelia from the draft. They just want to keep their bottom lane a little bit safer.
And so the bottom lane is a big factor because for Invictus Gaming, they are so strong in every lane. I mean, Jacula was the only real players that you're really questioning, but only when he goes up against the best. Going up against Asura and Maestro, you expect him to win, so I'm not too concerned. Holding on to his pick, so he has counter pick, I'm not, just go for it. I would say right now, if I'm Invictus Gaming, you got to worry about the Ryze picks. Like, Ryze is right now starting to crop up as a great mid lane option, and whenever it's a Ryze meta, Snake love it. They'll throw it into the top lane so often because FLICKR is such a great Ryze pick player, and also it gives them an extra layer of how they want to play out team fights if he comes in at a flank with his ultimate. So watch out for that pick. That's something I expect to see.
I like the Galio ban sort of along the lines you were talking about, the Ryze in the top lane to give FLICKR power to roam and affect team fights and stuff. The Galio is a great pick for Mala, who plays a more supportive auxiliary style, and taking that out of the lineup. And the Jace you mentioned earlier, I think the bans so far have been really great. But Snake getting the Aatrox first, and IG answering with Urgot Rakan. One
option that's still up there is the Camille, and I wonder if SOFM is going to pick it up here. He's usually the type who wants to play against it. The usual picks against it are like Nocturne, so that's not very exciting, and I don't think SOFM would want that particularly. I would say Sejuani is something that he would be trying to fiend for. So it's not surprising that he leaves the Camille up, and he baits Invictus Gaming to pick it up. Also, fun fact, going into against Ning, Ning wants to hold off as well. He's already showed Zac, Kane, like, when he goes up against all-in engaged composition, he wants to find a way around that to flank in with the Kane option. So I think a lot of people would be coming into this pick ban questioning why is Camille why is not being picked up in the first phase. It's because both these junglers have such a large pool.
And now it's all about the mind games because both teams have picked up their bot lane and a flex solo laner. So the question for each of these teams now is for Snake, okay, who do I want to shut down? Who do I want to make sure doesn't get their power pick out of the solo lanes? And what jungler can we absolutely not play against? And the same for IG, but they're just looking to shut down Flandre. They've taken away Vladimir, one of his other power picks, so now they're trying to pinch down on that pool.
A little bit surprised about that. I do not expect Mala to pick up the Aatrox. I think Aatrox, he isn't a difficult champion, but he isn't fit the style that Mala is trying to fit. Right now, Mala's filling the Guogo style, the protection, trying to back up SOFM whenever possible. Aatrox does not fit that mold. In fact, I'm surprised that it's Snake banning the Rise because I expected them to pick it. Not so much for Flandre, but I would expect Mala to have that option. That's not going to be the case.
And now, I suppose maybe Mala's looking for the Lissandra mid because it would fit that more supportive auxiliary style. We've seen him play Zoe a few times as well.
And remember, they need that hard engage. Right now, from the picks that Snake have, they have a good flank with the Aatrox, not engage. Tom Kench, debatable, right? You can send the ultimate into a few members, but that's not ideal as well. They need a Sejuani. Right now, the Lee Sin is interesting, but I think that's way too creative. They just need something that just has the go signal. So you mentioned the Lissandra. It has to be the lock-in.
Hopefully they will lock that in. Of course, the response from Ning, now that his Zack's been banned out, he's going for the Xin. Good level 2 ganks, good aggression early in the jungle, and good dueling, especially on top of it. So we'll see what Snake's response is, and it actually looks like they might be going for the Lee Sin first.
So SOFM is a great Lee Sin player. And while I am not a fan of picking Lee Sin when you don't have that many engage points in your squad, and also if you're just looking at what he has to kick, like legitimately look at Invictus Gaming's composition, what they pick for themselves. A Rakan and Xayah, that's a lot of ways to get out of it. The charm is so hard for Lee Sin to deal with. But SOFM has found ways in the past, and he's really been able to flex before he hits 6. So I wonder what creative bad thing SOFM has in the early portions of the game. But at least they have the Lissandra, so if anything goes wrong, she has a great pick potential with her own ultimate.
That go button, as you mentioned, going to be important for them. But now, Rookie picking up the Syndra in the mid lane.
I love this. I love it when Rookie picks it up. There are a few picks that he goes to so consistently, it doesn't matter what meta is. You're not seeing Syndra so often because she could get picked off. And a lot of her lane bullying in the past, not as effective in this meta with how much sustain is out there. But whenever it's a IG, they know how to play up with the lane gank that that really benefits her. When she goes for an EQ on top of someone, Ning is going to be there and ready. In fact, when Taliyah was in meta, then they really were the best team in the world at being able to use Gragas and Taliyah, so you had a guaranteed flick onto your minefield. So there are a few points that you really have to watch out for. I'm expecting Xin Zhao to be looking to mid lane alone. It's going to be, I know statisticians are going to be looking at this, the jungle proximity around mid lane should be incredibly high this time around.
You mentioned the two-man ganks there, the Syndra and the Xin setup, and I'm kind of concerned about this here for them and how successful they might be, because when you have a Lissandra for Mala, especially with Aftershock, that's a lot of tankiness and that's a lot of ease of escaping ganks. Yes, you can interrupt the glacial path, but that requires really precise timing, and I'm worried they won't be able to execute on it.
That's why when we get into the gank, or at least going into the game, the first gank is important. Because the champion that is at most to lose for this is Syndra. When Syndra loses her flash, she is so easy to get on top of. With how many electrocutes or just damage that's on the field, she is going to be the one that you worry about the most. As we get into the game, we'll find out.
Game 1 of Snake versus IG is already starting. I can't wait to hear the crowd.
There we go. Basically, the Shy has a fan club. I gotta let you know that. If you don't know that already, man, the Shy, Rookie, these two Korean top talent, best solo laners in the world. Of course, when they play, the fans will join them, will be in the crowd and ready for them. Doesn't matter where they go, they'll follow you to Chongqing, Shanghai, Xi'an. This team is getting much more popular, the organization is, but the players themselves, they already had it.
Even in the Snake Pit, drawing quite the crowd and a very active, at least ping-wise, level 1. But in terms of the actual champion interactions, just see a little bit of scouting going on.
Whenever there's an Ezreal in the game gets a little bit slower. It always comes down, you realize that the enemy AD carry has to put away his aggressive summoner. No heal here, another teleport user. So there's going to be triple teleports on the side of Snake, double teleport on the side of Invictus Gaming, because Rookie is worried about the gank setup, as I already mentioned. Really worried about that, so the 2v2 around mid lane is going to be incredibly important. Xin Zhao is pathing topside just so he can get Krugs. He's recognizing that you're not going to have a level 2 gank. If SOFM tries a level 2 gank as a Lee Sin, mind blown. It's not going to be the case.
Mala taking a little bit of poke there in the mid lane, but both junglers starting the top side. Asura and Maestro maybe looking to get that shove instead of leashing, but into Zyra Khan.
You usually do not see a jungler going for blue buff Gromp start. He's doing this to be able to get onto the Scuttle Crab top side early, and also just anticipating that Ning's going to do the same. You're going to see a lot of action here, probably a few skirmishes. Ning is not going to expect this pathing. Here you go. What are you doing here?
They'll have the better 1v1, but it doesn't matter. SOFM getting the smite away. Just walking off scot-free.
He doesn't want to fight because he has blue buff into a red buff Xin Zhao. Ain't going to be... Wait a minute. Rookie. I don't know if you got the memo.
Okay, SOFM. Just passing through, maybe attempting a gank, but...
That's my favorite gank, by the way. You get level 3 because you just stole a little bit of the experience from Mala. How you doing? I'm a level 3 Lee Sin, by the way. Leeching experience.
He's just beating up on Rookie right now. Stun
like
missing
me?
as well. He lands the Q. He's going to go, not able to get first blood. Good safeguard out, but that's a lot of damage on a Rookie.
The best thing about... Oh, no, he's just not letting him go. Get away from the Scuttle Crab.
Snake is angry. Not going to keep fighting it, though. A lot of posturing around the mid lane, but it will force Rookie to back early on. And this is not looking good for him.
Ooh, Balan's got to get out of here. So, the bottom line reason why we're looking at it is because it is key to the Scuttle Crab roulette game, right? Whatever team gets that Scuttle Crab, you can already see SOFM walking forward because it's Maestro and Asura walking up in lane. It just gives SOFM so much power on the bottom side of the map. He is challenging the camps that Ning has. He is not going to stop. In fact, he's looking for Rookie's life.
He's so close, and Ning is going to see him, but out of mana. But SOFM forced to back off, and a sec. No, red buff expires, and he thinks he can take the fight. Goes for the Q, not going to follow up.
He just recognized that Xin Zhao did not have much mana to his name. I know he took blue buff there, but makes it easier for him to take the fight easily.
A little bit of an engage in the bottom lane, and now that early gank into the mid lane from Ning didn't work out for Rookie, so now he's suddenly faced with a bigger uphill battle in this mid lane matchup against the Lissandra of Mala. But Ning wants to resolve this.
Remember, Mala has teleport here. You don't have to do anything. Literally just go back to base, come back into the map with your TP, and you're going to have the first shove into Rookie. Rookie is basing now, which is best, because if he had stayed a little longer, he would have came out of worse for that situation. He would have still had no mana, would have needed Ning to cover for him. That would have been disastrous. So Mala had a decision there, recognizing Rookie was basing. Either you walk back into the lane and hold your teleport, or TP in, have first shove, and do something. But what is he going to do? So he makes the decision to just walk back into lane and match Rookie's speed to lane.
Playing into that auxiliary style, not trying anything flashy, just going for the easy play where you keep the TP and you can later do something with it for your team or get a better shove later.
And it's funny because Snake's known as the aggressive team fighting team. When you think of SOFM and FLICKR, you think impulsive and just in your face. But their game times are long. It's long simply because their coaching staff, the way they like to play is get experience advantages on top of SOFM, maybe get a gank, but they want to gear up for that team fight. They don't want to have any nonsensical skirmishes unless if they are simply confident in matchups. Like SOFM, if he goes into a jungler he thinks he's leagues ahead better than, then maybe he'll try and speed up the pace of the game and call for his laners. Might be going for Rookie once again.
So found looking a little bit confident. The snare goes out, but a good stun from Rookie saves his life.
You never know how you should be approaching these ganks, because if you're SOFM and Mala, you should just be trying to be a gun for the cleanse that Rookie has.
Oh, Ning walking into a 2 versus 1, and SOFM getting really low. He follows in with the Q, but might get killed by Ning in the meantime. No, first blood over to Asura and SOFM flashing out. But Rookie in a lot of trouble. Stun goes down. Mala still on the chase. Rookie's low on mana, but so is Mala. Balan looking for the support.
Yeah,
Mala Not going to be able to get the chase down.
Just basically pushing him off. There's not much follow-up there. Ezreal had to essentially leave. He's just going to teleport back into lane, I believe. GCP looking at Jackie Love is in lane, so I think it would be better for him to TP. Actually, doesn't have it, I suppose. That being said, great rotation from Asura. Really well done, because it was just Ning jumping in, not necessarily expecting Mala to be following SOFM. That was just a brain fart, because where would Mala be? If he's not in the mid lane, it's been pushed Syndra back. Of course she's going to be essentially roaming with SOFM. So Ning made a crucial mistake, and it costed his life. Like this. So he didn't recognize that, of course, Lissandra is going to be in the area. I understand that Xin Zhao does more damage, but he thought he would be safe on that one. Finishing blow is going to be Asura, so I just love the fact that Snake's adjacent lanes are on the ball, just following SOFM. When SOFM's on the top side of the map, FLICKR does a great job in doing the same thing. It's just nice to see that the newer players, specifically Asura, doing the exact same.
And this is going to pay dividends for Snake as well, because they need to be careful here in the bottom lane. Jackie Love is at least some AD carry with more accolades, more experience on the stage than Asura, so getting Asura ahead should help this lane out a little bit.
Yeah, Asura, in his debut performance, got an MVP on his Ezreal. And I think the best aspect that he has is that he is a great follower. When the call is being made, he's definitely going to be there alongside you. So he is a great pickup. With watching a few of his games in the LDL, and something that he's able to consistently accomplish is that. So I think that was a weakness that we had from Crystal in previous games. And when they had Light, he's a great AD carry, but communication was an issue. I wonder if they have any idea that Ning's here.
Oh, stun gonna miss. Mala looking to go aggressive with the Glacial Path, though. Dodges out the gank. SOFM not going to be able to get much off of it.
Yeah, I love that, though. SOFM just wanted to protect him. Didn't know that Ning would be coming up the top side. And the surprising fact was Mala got out of that one unscathed. Full HP, no flash burnt. I said the jungle proximity around mid lane was going to be high. This is just Monka S levels.
This is a 2v2. This is when you're pre-level 30 on North America, and you're just like, all right, I don't know what lanes are. Let's all go mid. And SOFM has been here every single second.
Yeah, and I think the most impressive fact is that Rookie had not used a summoner yet. Because the cleanse I would have expected. I think that was a poorly played initial gank. Before Xin Zhao had died, they went for a layered stun onto SOFM walking in with a Q. If he walked in immediately, just communication between air between Mala and SOFM, Rookie would have used his cleanse, would have made the next gank a lot harder for Rookie to be able to escape from. IG going for Infernal.
Would be brilliant to capitalize if they're able to. They should be able to secure it with the smite, but now might get caught out here.
Oh!
They engage onto Mala, and there he goes. Second kill now. First one for IG as they pick up an Infernal.
Beautiful follow-up. Baolan just finds his mark. Right there. I mean, Mala didn't even have a chance to flash away from that one. You really don't see these holes. I didn't get to see it. I thought Invictus Gaming had to play far back, but they found that great opportunity, get Infernal Dragon, and they would have escaped too, but they just found Mala roaming on his own, and Rookie selling into it. Baolan follow-up was just a beauty to watch.
Rookie doing really well into this lane that we expected needed a lot more jungle interference, but it turns out when both jungles are neutered, Rookie kind of knows what to do with that. He can still push down into the lane.
He has a great CS advantage there. He's always been a great laner. He's always had, we talk about lane kingdom a lot with their solo lanes. When he has a matchup like the Syndra into Lissandra, Syndra is great into it. A lot of times, if you're going to North America, Europe, you see that the matchup tends to go even between both. And a lot of the reason for that is because there's a lot of respect for the jungle games. This time around, Rookie always has that confidence in Ning to be nearby. And worst case scenario, if the supports are roaming, you better believe Baolan, who came into the team as a roaming support, is going to be protecting Rookie. So there's a layer of protection for him to be able to walk up and abuse these matchups.
It's showing the coordination that IG have and that helps them get their victories, because yes, they are amazing as laners. They are amazing at getting those leads in the lane, getting so much damage, but they're so good at working together to make those plays, and that's what's on display here today.
Speaking about Rookie being protected, the Shy has always been protected by lane ganks that...
Flandre, there goes the World Ender, but he's the one in trouble. Forces the ult down, and now just going to push, but here's the roam into the mid lane. A great one by Maestro. They're trying to get Balon, but not able to find it. Snake falling flat on the execution.
While that's true, that at least got flashed off of Rookie, and that's a big win. FLICKR has to get out of here.
Flash down from Ning. There's the W, but not enough to kill. FLICKR incredibly low. I don't know why he's walking up.
Yeah, he has a few members here. SOFM is going to find his mark on the Shy. That's going to be a lot of damage. Ooh, the Shy is seeming on the control ward.
SOFM still looking for it. FLICKR incredibly low.
Mala's
play
nearby.
this carefully. Mala coming in with the Glacial Pass. Shy, low, finally gets taken down, but now SOFM and FLICKR both in so much danger, but they get Ning in time, keep themselves safe. Nobody dies yet for Snake.
Yeah, Rookie can't do anything here. This is just great communication across the board from Snake, because SOFM walking in alone, not the case. Mala was once again following him, and that's the role that Mala has on the team. Very much like what Guoguo had last time around, very defensive and will follow SOFM. So it's great that this role player is starting to come into his own.
He and Asura playing their roles brilliantly in the team, but it looks like
no.
Asura playing a little bit more brilliantly. Jackie Love has to ult to get away from the Q, but the follow-up tongue slap from Maestro.
And Baolan just right behind Jackie Love. And he had, oh, wait a second.
Whoa.
Gotta watch out. You never know how much damage that's gonna do. You just have to check if the Essence Flux lands. But yeah, Baolan didn't take the Q. That's really what it was. And on top of that, Asura was landing every Q. The slows are coming in now. He has Iceborne Gauntlet already. So Asura, that kill gold, definitely turned into something that was meaningful for the laning phase. So right now, snowballing factor, you have to watch out if you're the Xayah. 1 Q hit, and Asura has already proven that he is a great Ezreal player. He's not going to miss him. So take a look at this. Easy. Slows on top of slows, and then they exhaust his head. So how is Jackie Love going to get out of there? So he has to use his ultimate.
A little bit of mispositioning there from Jackie Love. Not able to get in front of Baolan, but now Ning looking for revenge on the top side of the map. He's been tracking SOFM really well so far.
The League of Ganks. I mean, right now FLICKR doesn't have his ultimate yet, so this would be crucial. Like, he's going to die.
Engage that. Yeah, he's gone. Fear beyond death. See ya.
So close. Yeah, honestly, that's like 20 seconds until he had his own ultimate. I'd say 10, actually. So I guess if he had literally delayed that, he would have had enough time for SOFM to join him. These are just like differences of seconds that changes a fight. So Invictus Gaming are still in it now, just because of that alone.
It's differences of seconds, though, that lost IG their last series. They were so close to victory, but weren't able to pull it out. They really don't want that happening again, but so far Snake doing a good job.
Turret platings go down. I mean, 14 minutes. I love the fact that we have a timer for that now. More graphics on the screen for me to look at. Oh, flank!
FLICKR coming in with the teleport. SOFM here once again to the surprise of no one, but maybe he's not even needed, but gets the kill anyway, saying, FLICKR, get out of here, it's mine.
Yeah, they blew the flash out of him previously, so that's an easy gank they can go for. And if they have an idea that Lee Sin's top side, they're going straight for the second Infernal Dragon.
Oh, so close and nearly stealing it, but Ning able to secure it. 2 Infernal Dragons in a row, like you said.
This is very unlucky for Snake. I think Snake are playing this super well. It's just unfortunate that the pressure that SOFM has is because of the draft, reliably going to be top side. They didn't want to play the bot side. That's why they drafted the Ezreal Tahm Kench. But RNG gods out there said, no, double Infernal. Good luck with the next one. It may not be a triple, but you have to watch out. That's a lot of damage threats that are now just online for Invictus Gaming.
Now IG taking out the first turret, pushing his 4 into the bottom lane as Rookie keeps pressure on mid. But no one here for Snake is ready to defend except the bot lane. Mala has teleport if he wanted to contest it, but they're just going to lose this tier 2 for free.
They just don't have the members. They might now segue that towards the mid lane turret. You can see that Lissandra and Lee Sin are in the area. Currently pinging on towards. That's Invictus Gaming pings to defend the top lane tower. So you would expect that IG are backing away so they can defend the in mid and top lane turrets. Just a great roam ultimately from I would say Rookie in particular. You didn't get to see it because it was happening in the minimap. Pushed out the mid lane and was leaning towards the bot side a little bit. So if there were any crazy plays happening from Snake that he didn't have eyes on, he would be there for a 5v3 or 5v4. They just knew that FLICKR was going to be staying topside.
But on the other hand, Snake are doing a decent job of giving FLICKR the space to farm up, the space to become that engaged carry that he's known to be. He hasn't felt a lot of the pressure in the top lane. Yes, he's been ganked, but SOFM is usually in close vicinity.
That's the issue that I have with Snake's historic identity. I mean, they have a great carry top laner, that's true. But if you pool resources into your top lane pick, the enemy team will naturally pool resources into denying your 2 laners in the bottom lane. So it's a 2-for-1 where your support suddenly doesn't have the resources to go out now and buy some control wards. He has 1 control ward, but you have no vision on the bot side of the map. These are really deep wards that Invictus Gaming have. Now you have Maestro and Asura coming in. They had a great early game lead, but at the moment, they're not ready to fight. Rookie, JackLove don't have any of the vision bot side. So these are the trade-offs that you have. But with how well Snake had been playing, had they prioritized the bottom side of the map, just regardless of draft, then these are the issues that Snake have had historically. That being said, Rift Herald, essentially a new thing, going to be a good point for Snake to utilize that pressure on mid lane turret.
SOFM looking for the right time to drop it, but it would be a 3v3 in mid if you went for it now. FLICKR split pushing in the bottom lane against the Shy. Just trying to keep pressure wherever he can, getting that last outer tower outside of mid.
Yeah, you just love the pincer right now that Invictus Gaming have around mid lane. You got Xinjiao on the right side and Baolan on the left. At that point, had they used the Rift Herald, then that's an easy engage that Invictus Gaming would have went for. Here it is, though.
Rift Herald being dropped. Split push from JackLove. Gonna stop now. He's getting some free farm, trying to itemize up to the second, but now Rift Herald coming through, but it's already starting to get stopped.
It's not going to get killed, but, I mean, it's not going to kill the turret, as you had already seen. But a bit of damage. You can already say very confidently that this was just a better trade for Invictus Gaming. A double Infernal Dragon, got their bottom lane back into it with a CS lead in both bot, mid, and you know what? The Shy is just so good regardless of the topside focus that they had. He is now even in the matchup. So IG, little bit of a deficit, but compositionally, I'm really liking what they have here.
They're just being able to scale up because Snake has been making the wrong decisions on where to go, wrong decisions on where to put focus, as you mentioned, and now they're starting to suffer for it.
So I would disagree with that in saying that I think they played this one out very well. Just RNG God said you have to play bottom side, but your draft gives you an Ezreal and Tom Kench. So I think they did well with the Lissandra, Lee Sin, and Aatrox focus. Maybe, to your point, some teams would then utilize Aatrox to say teleport bottom lane for a flank. We're still going to be towards bot side and respect that. Snake didn't do that. I think that's one thing, point of criticism I would give them. But now it's really what they do next. Even if the next dragon is not an Infernal Dragon, I would still 100% pressure towards it and try to pick that up yourself. You don't want dragon stacking against you when there's an Elder Dragon up for grabs later on.
And at this point, it does look like the game will make it into the later stages. No one has a clear grip on the game so far. Just a 1K gold lead for Snake. But like we've been mentioning, 2-dragon lead for IG.
But I love the fact that, you know, minions being denied on the top side. And that's a resolve tree Lissandra as per usual. So she's going to be able to chip the towers down pretty easily. So right now with the 1-3-1 setup that Snake has been trying to force through, they're getting quite a lot out of it. Lissandra's actually getting jumped on.
Yeah, she had to flash. She used the glacial path already, and now feathers fly as JackLove picks up the kill onto Mala.
I don't know about this one, Maestro Asura.
That's
not the right decision.
SOFM now. So we were saying Snake were making good decisions, and then they do this. I'm really not wanting to stand by that.
I told you they were impulsive players, so they can like plan out the first 15 minutes, but then this happens. I love the fact that Lissandra was topside, but she made a mistake, except that another mistake by Asura. So these are the same issues that Snake have so often, right? First 15 minutes, excellent. You guys are playing such a great job. Pat on the back to the coaching staff. And then I don't care if Mala made a mistake on the top side of the map, just disrespecting the red buff on JackLove coming through. Now down goes FLICKR. But then it's a snowball. There are dominoes across the map because SOFM thinks he can go topside and try and help you out. Then, you know, Maestro's going to be joining you. The calls are way too scattered. They're not calm at all.
It feels like Snake are overcompensating a bit because, yeah, you make a mistake,
what
fine,
are you doing?
But don't keep doing this. You need to have a plan going forward, and that's not going to do it. Sure, you get JackLove, you get the bounty, but you might lose Mala, you lost SOFM, and more importantly, you're losing pressure across the map.
Not so long ago, this was a 1K gold lead for Snake. That's completely turned. And goodbye. Oh, that was beautiful, actually. I like that. I like that. I forgot that it was even an interaction. So that was still great. But this is all just now Snake, if there were timeouts in a game, if this was an NBA or whatever, you know, just say, hey, you know what, timeout, let me talk to the guys so I can yell at them. But also, at the same time with a calm voice, because I don't want them coming into the game, you know, as hyped up as they were in the past. But yeah, I mean, look, Mala made a mistake. I'm okay with that. Wait, this is the second one. Let me see how this one worked out, because I didn't see this one in the minimap. Okay, this is the first one. This is the first one. He just, for whatever reason, you know, tiptoed behind the turret.
But he had already glacial path to try and clear the wave.
But the follow-up is what was important. The fact that Maestro and SOFM thought it was needed to go top lane to try and kill the Jackie Love under turret. That no team would ever make that call, except for Snake.
And it's why suddenly from a 1K gold lead, it's even. They're down now a third dragon. And they're still down 3 towers, not able to get the one in the top lane, not able to get the outer and mid or bot. Things are starting to look really rough for Snake, and they need to get back on their game plan.
Problem is that a lot of the kill gold has gone on towards Jackie Love now. And Jackie Love is the member on the map that needs the most time to get his items. So Jackie Love is easy. Like right now, farming up pretty well, 220 CS at 22 minutes in the game, definition of perfection. And he's gotten to a point where he's now midlist clearing. He's going to be fine in the next team fight.
FLICKR getting forced off, so the split push not going Snake's way either right now. And IG already looking to position around Baron, looking to clear the vision.
He's going in towards, Jackie Love is going in towards Infinity Edge instead of the Guardian Angel, which I mean, makes a lot of sense. He's already a well-protected champion with Rakan by his side, has the heal there if, you know, Rakan is next to him anyways. And then, of course, this has ultimate. Like, the Xayah in general has the kit to protect her. So he's just saying, I want to deal as much damage as possible. And if you have, like, great memory, like I do, you would remember the days of just Jackie Love being able to flash forward with crit. Here we go, though.
FLICKR low under the tower. Might be able to survive this one. Fear Beyond Death not going to pick him. World Ender. FLICKR still alive, but that's 4 men committed down to the bot lane just to save the top laner.
And usually teams would just kind of pivot that towards the top lane immediately so they can look to pressure on Baron, but in Invictus game we were not in position. In fact, they were just trying to walk to save him. Thought they had enough time for that. They're at least going to get some vision control, but not enough. I think overall this was just a great pick from Snake.
Snake trying to claw their way back into it, or slither rather, but now Mala might get caught out here again. Stun not going to land, but IG have complete control over this Baron area. And at this point, they can bait them in, they can try and start it, they can do whatever.
They're just not going to get a lot of respect from Snake with their Baron take because, oh, this is a good one though. This is a good way to start a fight. They would have to need Syndra to walk out and get a stun onto, I would say Maestro. Maestro would be your best bet. It would take a long time, but you know Maestro's going to save whoever gets stunned anyways. But my point is just that they're all very squishy champions, and unless you have Urgot being able to start Baron to bait teams in towards you, you're going to lose a lot of HP. Redemption on Rakan, so he's not tanky. Xin Zhao, obviously not tanky. These members will take a lot of damage off of starting Baron. So, as you can see, they have to be on the outer skirts of the pit in the river to be able to look for picks.
That next dragon, as you said, is now going to be this point of contention. Snake already positioned for it, but oh no. IG just running straight towards Baron. They're like, sure, you can have Mountain Dragon. We don't care much.
If you saw the VC's game where they got their first victory, it was based off of the trade, right? One team goes towards Dragon, and the other team goes straight towards Baron. Now, they didn't commit to Dragon, but they're on the wrong side of the map. They're coming way too late.
Jackie Love and Ning doing quite enough damage. There will be a secure here for IG, and looking for the fight. Bala with a great engage. Fear Beyond Death gonna grab him. The fear onto FLICKR, onto Mala, and it's gonna be a wipe for IG. And now Ning chasing onto Asura. Run! Redemption even being thrown out. Asura makes it out, but the rest of his team, save Mala, are dead.
It's just insane how quick game could turn on a dime. Few mistakes Snake makes. Like, so Snake was doing so well in the game. Few mistakes, okay, maybe we can play it a little bit slower. One wrong call, 50-50 between Dragon and Baron, and just Invictus Gaming make the decision immediately.
And this might even be the game. They're pushing into the Nexus Towers. It's just 15 seconds left on FLICKR. 4 members of Snake will be up in time to contest.
This has to be the last fight. I mean, Invictus Gaming, thank the Lord they're running away now, because sometimes they would take that fight. They are ahead. They have double Infernal Dragon. Last year, this is Invictus Gaming saying, oh, bring it on. Like, why not? We have a 3-game series. This is game 1. Let's go for it.
Still feeling the sting of their last series, just playing it a little bit more carefully, but they pick up the Baron in the trade for not even the Mountain Drake. Still on 4 members.
Insane. And it was just Rookie holding them back too. Finally, Rakan sees that engage. The best part about it is that they don't instantly kill Tom Kent because they gave the Shy time to get the Fear Beyond Death Fear passive. So, easy kill, easy inhibitor take, and they're going to get another Dragon.
I've never seen blue buff being thrown at Dragon before, Raz.
It's always fun.
And I enjoy that animation.
Yep.
I feel like that's just important to have a little bit of fun with it. Now double buff Syndra. This is scary for Snake.
I mean, the fear, that scare, for me, has been wiped away a while ago. It's like playing Resident Evil 2, and you've already run into Mr. X about 10 times already. That's been set in. The issue is, you know what he's going to do. You've just accepted it. It's all over.
The Shy says, come here, we're just going to end your misery now. FLICKR getting knocked away from his World Ender. He still has it up. Mala looking for the last fight, but Fear Beyond Death takes out FLICKR from his passive. Balon barely alive, and the Shy zoning off so well. FLICKR goes down, Mala goes down, and the Nexus will be shortly to follow.
Just
but
end
IG,
the game, damn it.
IG, stop styling, man. Just take the Nexus. Take your 1-0 over Snake.
That's going to be a rough discussion for Snake when they get back to their coach, because coach, like, what happened? That was a very good game until it wasn't. That was Coast-esque, if you remember it. This is nonsense. IG finds a way to make a losing game a 26 or 28 minute game. So at the end of the day, you look at the results. If you're just like going through Leaguepedia or whatever, you're like, wow, this is a fast game. But like, that's a big dip. That is a huge change in the gold right into Invictus game.
And it spikes up so quickly as well. Snake, like you said, making good decisions, got a little bit unlucky with the RNG of the Dragons. They had to give up the 2 Infernals because they were on the other side of the map. SOFM tracking around the solo laners, trying to be active on the map, but IG said, sure, do that. We'll get our objectives. We'll set up these ganks. Ning may have messed up, but y'all are spending time exactly where we aren't, and we're getting a lot for it.
There's no team in the world that will turn a losing game into a 28-minute game like that. Like, legitimately just one decision around Baron buff, because Snake was not ready to contest it. Invictus Gaming knew that. They're like, okay, well, we don't have Mountain Dragon, but we know we have enough time to take it. If we don't, we have a Rakan. So I think that point is probably going to be the most defining factor. If we're just talking about a champion, like pick and ban, we're probably not going to see the Rakan, not because I think that it is busted. I think the Tom Kench is a great pick into it. It's just that Baolan is so effective with it in times where he shouldn't, like, no team would find those holes. Like the Syndra E really early on in the Dragon fight into the Rakan immediate pick onto Mala, and then the game-ending fight like that. I feel like Baolan or Rookie, either of those two are going to get the MVP, and I think it should go Baolan.
The Rakan definitely too dangerous to leave up, but we have something a little bit less dangerous, a little bit more fun. We've been celebrating the Chinese New Year for a little bit now. We have our wonderful festive outfits, but we know some of you might be feeling left out a bit at home. We know, especially Mr. Oinkers is feeling a little bit sorry for you guys. So the 3 of us and Riot have prepared a nice little video, your own red packet to open and see exactly what you got for the New Year's. We hope you enjoy it during the break.